On my right, Kai Nicole, the lady of the hour. What's going on, Kai?
Good afternoon, everybody.
She sounded professional today, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
That was good afternoon,
that was
everybody.
smooth. Good afternoon, everybody.
How you doing? Okay.
Like she's about to start a meeting or something.
This news is brought to you by.
Exactly. And then got my baby brother from another mother on my left, Brother Massey. What's going on, kid?
What up, what up, what up?
So we went from the boardroom to the hood, just like that.
Yeah.
What up?
Right, sometimes,
You gotta flip the script just a piece. I got you. Understood, man.
That's
Understood. Got Sade off in the corner. What's going on, Sade?
What it is.
Yeah, what it is.
What it is.
Sade brought donuts in here today. That's the devil.
Right.
The devil that came to the show in the form of a donut.
So, we enjoy the blessing.
Yeah. Iced coffee and sugar. She gonna be okay. She probably gonna be mixing right by me.
Behind our set.
Right. All that extra energy today. Oh my gosh. But yeah, we're live at Street Legal Radio down here, WXSL Street Legal Radio, doing our thing. If you want to follow us on social media, you can certainly go to our website. Hit us up, www.theafterchurchshow.com. You'll see all of our social media links on the bottom of our website. You can also check us out on Periscope. We're streaming live right now, so if you want to take a peek inside the studio, just jump on the Periscope and look up The After Church Show. You'll see us there. And we also broadcast live on Ustream under Street Legal Radio. So there's no excuse. If you want to see us, take a look. We are looking right back at you. Matter of fact, we're waving down to our Periscope viewers. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you greatly. So, lots going on this week, family. We'll start with the big news. The Olympics been going down the last couple of days. Lots of swimming going on.
Lots of swimming.
Whole lot of swimming. Whole lot of swimming going on. But check it out. We are really, as a country, let's just start there. As a country, we are representing.
Merlin.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Merlin.
Yeah. Merlin. Now she
Merlin is a country in itself.
Right.
Yeah. If Merlin was a country, though, we'd be beating it down because we got, what is it, Phelps, and what's the other?
I looked at it the other day.
What's her name?
It's like a whole list. It's like 20 people.
We have Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
We have Madeline Dorado.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have Simone Manuel. And Katie Ledecky.
That's the one. Oh my gosh, man.
Not only was she lapping people, I mean, she was going one way, other people were going the other way.
Right.
They hadn't even made it down yet. I'm sitting there.
I think
was that the 1500?
No, that was the 800.
Oh, the 800.
She did do the
800.
1500 in Europe.
Okay.
Early in the year.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was the 800. I mean, even in the 1500, it's just she is just.
But the one you were talking about was that 800 because
Yeah.
my wife and I were watching it, and
Yeah.
I'm like, they. I mean, that's the equivalent of running past somebody on the track.
Right.
You know what I mean? She was lapping them chicks. I said, wow, get it done.
Now, if you going one way and she going the other way,
it's time to stop.
Do you
I would
give
run
up?
off.
Dude, I would. You know what? I would tell my coach, throw me my rubber duck. I'm finished. I'm not trying to come in last, and she embarrassing me like that. That's amazing. That's amazing. So, but and then we also represented very well as African Americans.
Yes.
We had some history made as African Americans, which was awesome. We had who we got? Michelle Carter.
Mm-hmm.
We had Simone Biles, Simone Manuel. I said Manuel like you looked through a book, but hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. And of course, Gabby Douglas. Gabby Douglas did her thing, which was astonishing. Now I got personal feelings. Me and Gabby go way back like tracks in a hair salon. But I'm trying to. I was a little put off that she didn't get to participate in the all around. That bothered me, because it was like my whole thing was, listen, I believe that she's good enough to go in there and then we just have a clean sweep. Like the U.S. probably would have been gold, silver, and bronze had she participated, but it was kind of like they left the door open for other countries, and I don't know. I'm a bit biased, but I like Simone. God bless her, and she's like a Smurf. She's like a living Smurf. She is like. Welcome back to the After Church Show with Greg and friends. You're tuned in live to WXSL Street Legal Radio, www.streetlegalradio.com. You can also catch up with us on www.theafterchurchshow.com. Check out all of our social media outlets. Become a fan and member of our fan page on Facebook, where you can interact live with us and speak with us. Check out our ACS poll question of the week. Lots of little things that we got going on. So we certainly thank you for riding with us today so far. And now we're just going to chit chat a little bit about some other things that's going on. You know, in the vein of sports, you guys, because I was you know, we talked about sports today. We had Frank Johnson in here from Elite Athletes for Christ, so we were blessed and privileged to have him in here today. But just in the vein of sports, I was watching ESPN late last week, actually, and I saw Ray Rice. He had a little interview on there where he was talking on a couple of different shows, or at least they were playing the sound bites on a few of the different broadcasts. Ray Rice wants to come back to the NFL. Unfortunately for him, he's become the face of domestic violence for many people as it relates to sports. But do you guys think that he deserves another chance to play in the NFL? Because his thought process is he doesn't want to be remembered as a person who battered their fiance, but he wants to be remembered for what he did after he made what he calls, in his own words, the biggest mistake of his life. So what do you feel about that? You think he should be able to play again?
If he gets to play again, then a lot of other people should get to play again. But considering the type of person he was, and just watching that whole situation play out, it's a whole lot different from, let's say, Ocho Cinco. I feel like it's a whole lot different. I would like to see Ray Rice play again. I think he should get another chance because, you know, there's other players who allegedly did things and they're still playing. Steelers fans. But,
oh, yeah.
but,
initials BB, Big
yeah,
Ben.
Yeah, so I think I would like to see him. Like, I'm not.
Well, they fired him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they let him go.
I'm not a big, I'm not a huge Ray Rice fan, but I did.
We know you like the Saints.
I did like watching Ray Rice play. I thought he was an excellent player. So, you know, it's a lot of guys out there that I think deserve, you know, second chances. But to the extent of what happened between him and, you know, and his wife, I think it was wrong.
Oh yeah, no doubt on that. There's zero doubt on that.
I think he should get another chance.
Yeah, massive.
That's a tough one. I do think he deserves another chance. Like you said, there's a lot of other people doing other stuff in the league that they forgive. However, I just don't think teams want to sign, not necessarily because, you know, they're supporting you know, domestic violence. Look what happened to Michael Vick. He was able to come back.
Yeah.
But the problem,
He still catches
he does
heck over the dogs, though.
He will. Yeah, he will. But you know, Ray Rice's problem was the way he handled it when it first happened. If you go back and watch the first video, he never publicly apologized to his wife now. He said, you know, we both got to own up for our parts. It was just brutal. And then the way, you know, once the second video was released, it was like, that's the image, unfortunately, that's going to be there. And that's kind of like, I'm glad Frank Johnson was on today, because those are conversations that athletes got to remember. You know, you're always going to be in the spotlight.
Absolutely. You are a star.
Right.
Whether you're a big one or a little one, you're a star.
Especially like Ray Rice being Super Bowl champion and all that.
Yeah.
Your name is
he had to know he was on
right.
camera.
Right. You did a 4th and 29 play. It was on ESPN for like 2 weeks. So people know who you are. So I just think that, you know, although it would be good to see him, I just don't think that it would be smart for any NFL team to sign him, because again, the video was just too gruesome, and then the way that he handled it when it first happened, you know, he should have been on domestic violence tours, you know, apologizing and all that. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, I kind of lean towards that thought process as well. I really don't care about his abilities at this point, and I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve to play, because deserve is the word that we're talking about. Does he deserve to play again? I think so. But I have to put myself in the seat of an owner, or I have to put myself in the seat of Joe Q fan, and it would be a media storm wherever he went. I don't care if this dude went to the sorriest NFL team in the league, it would be crazy because there would be the negative ads, there would be the protesting, there would be the various different advocacy groups coming out to speak against him coming back. It would probably cost an owner more to, I guess, defend their stance as it relates to taking him than to not even bring him on in the first place. So I think he deserves to play, but I don't think that he'll ever get the opportunity to do so because I wouldn't, if I own the Ravens, I'm sorry. I just don't feel like dealing with that.
It's a real sticky situation.
Yeah.
I think you got to be like, I think the only team that could handle that type of publicity would be the Patriots because Bill Belichick doesn't answer to nothing. Robert Kraft is like the most powerful. I thought it was Jerry Jones, but no, it's Robert Kraft.
Robert Kraft is best friends with Goodell.
It's like he's the most powerful owner.
Yeah.
So it's like, and the Patriots won't lose money by signing him. Those seats will still be filled.
Yeah.
So,
but you think so? You think there's a fan base wouldn't object to this? Because they're always going to label him that.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's fair.
No, it's not.
But they're always going to label him as the dude that beats on his girl.
Yeah, it won't mess up their fan base. I mean, they got a pretty good fan base. They do a good job at taking trouble players and just kind of moving that bad
Ocho.
Corey Blount. Yeah. I mean, they do a good job at that.
Randy Moss.
Yeah. And just even like publicity. Well, look at what happened when they signed Tim Tebow. I mean, Belichick he was tight. He kept it tight. Like, look, we're not talking about this. This is what we're going to talk about. He controlled the show every single time. So it's like they could handle that type of scrutiny that they would face, and I don't think they would lose their fan base, even though it's still going to be groups that come out and say, no, this is wrong, you shouldn't sign him. At the end of the day, we got to forgive this man. We all have done something. It may not have been to whatever extent, but guess what? Like we said on the show before, sin is sin. Wrong is wrong, and God is looking at all the same light. So.
I go back to what we've said in the past, man. I laugh when people say people should lose their job because. What if you had lost? What if you lose yours?
For taking that pin home. Still stealing. You might like, they ain't gonna miss it. Yeah, they are missing it because they paid for it and you didn't. So.
You doggone right. You doggone right. But speaking of beating on people, what do you think is the proper way to discipline children? I know that's a crazy segue, but.
Abuse to non-abuse.
Yeah. So, what do you think is the proper way to discipline children? Do you think spanking works, timeouts work, restrictive punishment? I was reading up on this, and I'm gonna say this. I am not surprised that I read some of the stuff I read, but I am also not surprised that some of the children are turning out the way that they are, and this I'm connected to. People were so against what's considered to be corporal punishment. When you pull out the belt and spank a booty, or you pop a hand or something like that, because you're teaching children to abuse and you blah blah blah. They're gonna grow up and be no, they're not. But we shifted from spanking bottoms and grabbing them hind parts a couple of times whenever they did something wrong, to this era of putting children in corners and sending them to sit on the step, timeouts, face the wall, and we ask them questions like, do you understand that you're being bad, and do you understand that being bad is something that you shouldn't do.
Notice the voice change.
I know, that's what I was like, Johnny.
Something bad.
Do you understand the impact you're having on other people? So it's shifted, But I was reading an article last night, and it just blew me away. So now psychologists are saying that time out is wrong. That you shouldn't be sitting children in corners, and you shouldn't be allowing them to feel as though they're being ostracized from the group, because that's going to have a negative. Laugh because it's funny, because you don't want them to feel ostracized from the group, because that's going to have a negative impact on them from a psychological perspective. So we can't spank them. You can't time them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just supposed to have this, and think about this for a second. You're supposed to have this high-level intellectual conversation with a 3-year-old or a 2-year-old that's spazzing out because you didn't buy them Sour Patch Kids. Flipping on the floor, falling all over the place, and you're supposed to sit them down and say, do you understand that what you're doing is having a negative impact on the people around you? That's the way we resolve stuff now?
No.
Talk to me, family. I can't deal with that. I can't deal with that. So what do you guys think? Because I'm telling you now, I'm 42 years old. I got spanked.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I can tell you what I got
with the belt.
I got belt.
With
I got
whatever was laying
painted
around.
stick,
Right.
I got spatula, whatever was laying
Slippers.
Oh, I had a couple of wooden
slippers,
spoons.
Yeah.
Hands. Of
Hand.
course.
Don't forget that
Hands
open
are
hand.
favorite. Yeah.
Yeah.
The open hand.
My mom was quick with those.
Yeah. I mean, the times are different. I'll say that. I have friends, and I'll say this, I have black friends that say they do not, because the stigma is all, black parents beat their children. I have friends that they don't beat their kids. I think nowadays, because, if you were an 80s baby or prior, you got the belt.
You caught that work. You caught that work.
Yeah.
That's what
Girl
happened.
Massey gave me plenty of you going straighten up.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That was called giving you some act right.
Yeah,
That's what that was.
All the way to my great grandmother. She was beating me when she was 70, and I was very young. So
Yeah.
I got told to get a switch.
yeah. Oh yeah, the switches too.
Go and get that switch
Yes,
out of the
I didn't know
tree.
what a switch was.
Oh, you knew what it was.
You knew what it was when
I know what it
once
is
you
now.
got it.
And don't get the little switch, because you get that
Right.
and make her go outside and get it. Yeah,
Yeah, you're gonna have some problems.
But I think nowadays, now I look at my sons, I think you got to learn what works. And I've changed my thought process. With one of my sons, hitting him will only make him mad.
Okay.
But that's Xavier. If I hit him or Pam hit him, it'll make him mad. But if I take something away from him, like the game, like one time he was punched for a month because that was torture to him. That was his punishment.
Mm-hmm.
So I found out that worked. But Malachi's completely different. When you beat him, he's sad, he's gonna be mad at you and all that. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. If you take something away from him or send him to his room, he's fine, because he got imagination. He'll play with himself. He'll start drawing, he'll start reading, he's cool with that. Send me to my room, I'm good. But if you beat him, it crushes his world. So I think that you gotta learn your children what works in this day and age, because everything is evolving. And I know, but also, I had a conversation with somebody real quick. I'm almost done. And this thought process, I don't think fathers should beat their daughters. I think that should be left to the mothers. I think that, for some women, when they get older, it works. Mm-hmm. But I think that negative image of a man hitting them is why a lot of women go through. Well, my father beat me, so that's okay. That's just my thought process.
Okay. So what you think?
As far
To spank or not to
as
spank?
far as the father,
That is the question.
As far as the father hitting the daughter, I will say I don't necessarily like that, because I think it does have an effect later on. But as far as beating the kids, these kids need whippings.
She went up.
Right, you see the voice tone, right? An octave.
Only because I know people that experience. I know women that experienced that part.
Right.
But as far as these kids, they need beatings.
They need beatings. I propose that we form a coalition
of
professional professional butt spankers.
I think spanking
That's what I say we
stopped.
do.
I know some folk.
I was born in 1990. I think after 95, 96, the beatings kind of faded.
So after Tupac.
After Tupac and Biggie died.
I don't believe in
no more spankers.
It gotta be spankers. That corners
stuff. This is funny. I was at my uncle's house and he has 2 girls.
Yeah.
And the mother told the youngest to go stand in the corner of the walls and stay there until I tell you to come out. So she's over there, she's waving her arms, just dancing.
Just getting into it.
So finally she turns around and she's like, "Can I come out now?" And I was like, See, that would have been a fist to the jaw. all
that would have been nullified.
Like, can I come out now?
With a spank.
She's like, "I'm tired, my feet hurt." What?
First off, little person.
Right.
No, but see, according
she was like 6.
According to psychologists, this is when you say, "Do you understand the impact that your behavior is having on the rest of us?"
That my fist is about to get up my face.
So look, I'm serious about this. We will form a coalition of professional
Call beat that body.
tail whippers, and all you got to do. So this way, the parents don't have to do it.
Right. If
So,
you feel guilty, call us.
If you feel, just call it.
We will
Go
line
get
somebody up.
the Medias and the Big Mamas.
That's
'cause
all we
they'll do it
need.
for you.
We'll get an 800 number, and all
I
they got to
wanna
do,
call it, but I can't.
you just call, and we don't even want to know the kid's name. Just
Right.
point them out when we get there. You tell us whether we need 5 or 6, or some might be a little more
Yeah.
spankings, and then we gone.
Yeah.
And then it's off to the next one. We get a car, put a siren on top. We can do
Woo!
emergency. We can do emergencies.
1-800 let it whip.
Do a drive-by spanking.
Drive-by spanking.
Oh my goodness, man!
Is this
But
emergency? Yes.
here's the thing. This is what they suggested. All jokes aside, you can cross-reference this on WebMD. 6 suggestions for ways you can discipline your child without spanking them or without putting them in a corner. So check it out. First one: reward good behavior. So for everything that they do well,
Skip that.
we just gonna right. You just keep focusing on everything that they do well. So, if they don't do anything good, then what are you rewarding? Ah, loophole. Exactly. Everything's gonna lead us back to the coalition. Trust me.
Right.
But the second thing was be clear about your rules. I got a problem with this one because by the time you spank them, you didn't set it 3-4 times already. So how much clearer can you be
Yeah.
than to say it 3-4 times?
Be more clear with clean your room up, or you ain't going to what? What
Right.
are you talking about?
I done said this for the 9th time. I don't think so. You
Stop
got
running through my house.
right.
Don't make my cake fall. Stop that sound.
Right. So okay. So
Oh
that
my
one
gosh,
doesn't
man.
work. So we go back to the spanking again. The next one is you neutralize the argument by cross-reference it. Don't argue back with your child. So
You
when
should
little
be
Jimmy
arguing
is just
anyway.
yelling at you, I want it, Mom. I want it. You're supposed to be quiet, not say anything back. Let little Timmy Turner get that out of his system, and then speak to him after he decides to calm down. I think not. Right back to the spanking. I'm still going back to these spankings.
Did
This
you
kid's got
see
too
that?
much power.
Did you see
Right.
that video on Dr. Phil of that little boy with his mother? You saw that, right, Sade?
Which one?
First of all, he
He
told her to
slapped
shut
her.
up, and then he slapped her.
Oh, yeah, I
So,
did.
so,
He
so,
slapped her?
I
so,
saw it.
right. Don't speak while I'm speaking.
Don't speak while I'm speaking.
And
With
she
what he
shut
says.
up. That's the crazy part.
Guess
She
what?
shut
That
up.
point you just made, it goes back to me.
Right.
You ain't
Neutralize arguments. I don't
Dr.
think
Phil
so.
wanted to give him the 2 pieces.
I don't think so. All right, check the next one out. Buy yourself some time. It tells you to buy yourself some time.
By you sometimes.
Buy you some time.
Right,
So
now-
Put
when the
yourself in
child,
timeout.
right. So now it's reverse. It's the Jedi mind trick.
Yeah.
So now, as opposed to putting the child in timeout, you put yourself in timeout, cool off,
Right.
and then come back and neutralize the argument by not arguing back with this child. Man, come on. Here we go. Last 2. Be consistent with your rules.
What
I'm
was the
not
other one about
spanking you.
rules?
Be clear with him.
Be
First,
clear with him and be consistent.
So
You
be
gotta
consistent.
be clear and consistent with your rules. I'm gonna
Right.
be clear about this butt women. I'm gonna be consistent as many times as I
as
put
many
my
times
hands
as
to
I'm
your behind.
indeed, amen. Now this last one is gonna. This last one's going to get you. The best way to discipline your child is to model good behavior and lead by example. So now everything is back on you. They can act however they want, talk however they want, say whatever they want. You, as the adult now, are supposed to lead by example, take a time out, don't argue back. These are the things that you tell your
The
child to
roles
do.
have reversed.
Exactly. So the child has become the parent, and now you understand exactly why some kids are the way they are, because the parents have put themselves in the position of the child. I got one thing to say. Spanking coalition.
Right.
We're going to create it. We're going to get it started.
1-800 let
Right.
it whip. Let it
Let it whip, or let us whip, because we'll come through and do it for
Let
you.
us whip.
Because
Let
women,
us whip.
you look at everybody that's got a whipping in our generation. decorations.
Yeah.
It turned out fine.
We did, man.
It turned out
I'm
fine.
good.
Yeah.
I don't have no residual effects of getting a spanking. All I know is I made it out. I didn't go the bad way.
Right.
I ain't got I ain't got no nerve, bad nerves or
I don't feel
nothing.
bad about it. I ain't depressed because my parents beat me. No. It's
I understand consequences and repercussions. And maybe we need a little bit more of that. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Exactly. So look, folks, we've come to the end of our broadcast. We're going to have my final thoughts in just a second, but we wanted to share a little bit of news, a little bit of boo-hoo that we've got to put out there. We have one of our day ones, Miss Kai Nicole. This is going to be her last show for a little while. She has some other obligations that she has to do. So we just wanted to openly thank you for every way that you contribute to the success of the After Church Show. You've done a phenomenal job supporting the vision, making it on time to meetings, contributing your own brand of humor, just being yourself. So, I want to just thank you for everything that you've done for us and with us. That door stays wide open, by the way. So whenever life will be able to lead you back this way, we 100% will have a mic reserved for you, so you can join in on the shenanigans, because you know how we do.
All day.
You know how we do. It don't stop because it can't stop. So I want to say this with before that, was there anything you wanted to say to our listening audience?
Just thank you for all your love and support to everybody that, hit me up over the course of the time that I've been here, and just the feedback and everything. I appreciate the love. And this isn't the last time you'll see me.
That's right.
I'm pretty sure you'll see all of us again. This is just the new beginning for everybody. So I'm just thankful for the opportunity. I thank you for the love and support. And y'all see me.
That's right.
Y'all will see me.
You're doggone right. You're doggone right. You're doggone right. Doggone right. Final thoughts of this. Matthew 6:33 says that we're to seek ye first the kingdom of God. So we are to seek God first in everything that we do. I love this scripture because I know how hard it is to make the right decision at times. It's not always easy to make the right decision. If I sat up here and told you that it was, I'd be a liar and I'd be full of it. But God loves us enough to allow us to make choices. So you have to understand that when you have the ability to make the choice, you should always lean towards the choice that's right. He gives us the prescription for success. He gives us the means by which we can be successful in our life. The problem is that there are times when many of us just don't make the right choice. And that's the person that I'm talking to today. I'm talking to the person that doesn't always make the right choice. I'm talking to the person that may lean towards the left and not go towards the right with the way that they do things. Hear me when I say this. I'm even speaking to myself, because I don't even always make the right choices in my life. None of us do. We're all imperfect people. But this scripture is a guide to success. And I say this understanding and knowing that it's not going to be the easiest thing to do. But what I want you to do this week, because I can assure you of this one thing, if you seek God first, and if you seek His kingdom first in every decision that you make and everything that you do, you are going to see a difference in your life. It doesn't mean you won't have trials and tribulations, people, so don't go out there thinking that everything's going to be perfect. But it does mean that you're going to see a positive change and a positive difference, either immediately or in the long run. So the ACS challenge of the week is this: put God first in everything that you do. No matter what the challenge is, no matter what the problem is, no matter what the circumstance you may find yourself in, put God first. If you put God first, I guarantee you, you'll see a difference. This has been the After Church Show with Greg and Friends. I've been your host, GB. These two have been my co-hosts, Kai Nicole and Brother Massey. We've enjoyed ourselves. We hope that you've enjoyed our broadcast. We thank you for listening to us. Special shout out to our engineer, Sade, for making sure that we come through crisp and clear like she does every week. Enjoy yourselves. Have a blessed day, and be blessed on your journey. We'll see you next week. Same time, same station.